Hi again. In this video, I want to continue our overview with looking at modules 1 and 2. So we left off the last one with the pages to print or buy. So be sure you get those pages before our first class. And then I'm going to click on module 1 right here. Okay. So each module is a week. It'll go from Tuesday to Tuesday. And each one has a little image that ties into what we're doing. So this is a Greek letter mu, which is like what a kitty would say. So that's, we'll talk about that in the videos and in class. Okay, you can see I've clicked on things because I've been working on it, so it shows you what I've clicked on and what I haven't. Each is an overview. Each week we'll have what we're doing, lecture and notes, a class page, discussion, an online link to the online homework, and a link to the quiz. Okay, so that's in the classes, including the lab. So that is the overview of each week. Okay, so most weeks are pretty similar to that. So let me flip through each of these and show you what they look like. Okay, this is an intro which gives you, this will be the same for most weeks, the activities that we're going through each week. And it'll have the specific content outcomes that we're doing and a little look ahead to what we're doing the next week. Okay, so this is just a little page you'll probably look at one time, and we'll go to the next one. Okay, this is the main page you will use because this has all the videos and it also has just the individual notes. Okay, I'm still working, these are for accessibility. I'm still working on improving those. So if it's not working for you, please let me know. I will help you with that. So module 1, lecture and notes. This is the upper part here will tell you what to watch before class. Okay, there's just a little blurb that talks about how our class is mostly flipped. So you'll watch most of the videos outside of class and take notes, but we'll do a couple together in class, and then we'll have time for the lab. Okay, so for week 1, the most important thing before our first class is to watch these intro videos. Okay, and if someone doesn't watch them, that's fine. It's going to be fine. You'll be able to watch them after class. Then we're actually going to do the first few pages together because that is the I think that's what I want to do is start from the beginning in class, and then but it's okay to go out of order here. So if you have time before class, you can watch videos 5 through 12. They're mostly very short. I'll show you, and there's like 10 to 12 per week. So watch those videos and take notes. But if you need to do this after class in the first week, it's totally fine. Okay. So we have a lot of like welcome and community building on the first day. So a lot of the content can be done after the first day. So here are the individual files, PDF if you want to print it or if you want to take notes on the PDF, Word if you want to type notes in there or if you want to use a screen reader. And then also here are the completed notes, which are the ones I wrote out in the videos. You can use those for reference as well. Okay, so it shows you the total lecture time up here approximately, and it's around like 3 hours would be one of our classes, right? It would be for our class is roughly half lecture, half lab, so around 3 hours would be a lecture, okay? But we'll do a little bit of it in class together. So also you can see the time by each video, okay? If there's any, actually we're going to do this together in class. So we're doing 1 through 3 or 4, depending how much time we have. So you won't need to use these links. But let's say you're starting with let's say you're starting with 5, and there's sometimes optional things. You would watch this video. Look for the title at the top. It matches the video. And you can see what the page looks like as well. But you can see these are the pages you want to get. Then you can just write on them, okay? If you want to write by hand, get the physical copy. If you want to write with a tablet, use the PDF, etc. If there are any links, which probably will be in later modules that you need for technology, they'll be listed right above the video right here. Okay, so those are all of our videos. Really, 1 through 10 is our content, but I've found throughout the years that a lot of students just never really were taught well rounding or percentages, and that there's a lot of anxiety around that. So you can skip this if you feel comfortable with that, but I really encourage you to watch it if you have, any feeling that you might want some help on rounding or percentages, okay? Because we'll use those a lot. So that's what the last 2 videos are. Then at the bottom, our textbook really is an optional resource. Some students don't look at it much at all. Some students use it a lot. You can kind of see how you feel about it. But at the bottom here, I have links to different sections. Now in Module 1, it's kind of all over the place. Sometimes it's just one link, but we're kind of all over the place, doing a lot of vocabulary in Module 1. Okay, so you're welcome. And it is very specific here because sometimes it is really just literally a tiny subsection that pertains to what we're doing. So if it says subsection 5.3.2, it's really just that part. Or if it's the whole section, you can see it there. Okay, so that's where all of our lecture is housed. So after you do that, or of course on the first day you might just be coming to class. After that, I'm going to go back to the list, is our class page, okay? So this will have a class agenda I'll put up on the first day. It just gives us some organization of what we're going to do each day. And then there'll be any links or materials we need for during class. I'll put right here. And then here's information about our lab right here, okay? We'll get into this during class, but I do want to show you the link in case you're doing this outside of class. All of our labs will be in a Desmos classroom. So it's the same link we use for the whole term, and I'll put individual module labs in there, okay? So it's the same link, so I have it up here and also on the home page. So let me show you a couple different ways to get there. One is the home page, Desmos Labs, and this will take you to our Desmos classroom. The very first time you'll have to sign in. But if you don't want to leave the content page, like let's say you're back in content and you want to keep your place of where you were, maybe you're on the lecture page or some other page, there's also this links link, I guess, links link up here. But it's going to open in it's going to take you to a new page. So what I do is I use the control key and I do control click on links. And what it does is it opens up these links in a new tab. So that way, and I'm just clicking between tabs up the top here, I'm still on this place where I was. And I was in week 1 class, actually. I'm still right here, but now I also have the links right here, okay? So I'm going to click on Desmos Labs. And it has a pre-populated code. This is the code for our class. If it's different, it's a different term. And I'm going to log in with Google. If you chose login with Desmos, you would just create more of an email login, way to log in. But I'm going to choose my Gmail that I'm a student in. That way I can show you what it looks like for you. Okay. So you should have something like this. You might need to do something else to sign in, and this is, I just want to show our class. Okay, actually haven't assigned anything yet, so that's my fault. But you'll see Module 1 Lab right here, okay? And it's great because Desmos is really interactive, so there's like different matching things, reordering things, card sorts, things like that. So that's why I'm using Desmos for the labs. Okay, so we will do this in class. You'll go through all the slides. We might, especially on the first day, we probably won't get through all of it, but you'll just be finishing it throughout the week, and then it's due at the end of the week, the next Tuesday. Okay, you'll see when you get there that the very last slide is a scoring slide. So it shows you all the slides that had something to do, and it shows your score, and it's out of 10 points. Okay, so I look at that last slide, make sure it's done, and put it in the D2L gradebook. Okay, I do have to do that manually, so it doesn't, when you finish it, it doesn't automatically go in. I wish it did, but give me a little time to do that. Okay, so that is our class. We will work on some of the lecture together and then some of the lab. Some weeks you might finish the lab. I hope you do, especially if you watch the videos before class and you're prepared, and then you can do the whole lab in class. That would be ideal, my ideal situation. Some weeks, you know, may not quite finish. We'll see how the timing goes. I'm also learning how to do this partial flip, and so I'm going to be playing around with and adjusting the timing as we go. Okay, the next item is a Module 1 lab discussion. So this is optional, but let's say you are finishing up the lab during the week and you get stuck on one. This is a great place to post about that, okay? And adding a screenshot is always really helpful so we can see what you're seeing. So that's another way to do that. I'm going to go back to the list because I like to know where I am in the list, but sometimes that does take more time to load. If you want a shortcut to discussions, wow, this is taking a long time to load. If you want a shortcut to discussions, that's what this is for, okay? That'll just take you to a shortcut. If you, let's say you had, you'd made a post and you want to see if someone replied, so you just want to go to discussions. This is probably the fastest way to get there. Okay, back to Module 1. So we have our lecture, our class, our lab discussion, which goes with the lab and class. Next thing is our online homework, okay? So this takes you to the free online homework system. Again, I'm going to show you that in the next video. And then after you're like, okay, I've done all the coursework, we have a quiz each week, and it's a take-home quiz, meaning you do it on your own time. And it's also done in MyOpenMath. So I'm also going to explain how this works in the MyOpenMath video, okay? And also during class. Okay, so that is really an overview of Module 1. I'll just click on Module 2 real quick, just to kind of show you how it's the same. Except it's taking a long time to load. What's going on? Everyone's working on their classes today, probably. Okay, maybe I didn't fully click on it. Okay, Module 2, summarizing numerical data. Same exact thing. What we're doing this week in Module 2, lecture notes, class, lab discussion, online homework, Module 2 quiz. Okay? Very, very similar, and you can check these things off as you go. Okay, let me go back to the calendar. There's just a couple exceptions to that, or additions to that. And I can show you those best on the course calendar. So our midterm will be in week 5, so that week is a little bit... Oh, sorry, the midterm's in week 6. In week 5, we actually have half of a content module. So we'll do half of that content, but it won't be on the midterm yet. And we'll have some good time in class to review and practice for the midterm. Then we'll have the midterm in week 6. So it's just on weeks or modules 1 through 4. One thing that's different is actually in Module 3, I have a couple other discussions. I have a private check-in. So since we don't always have time to talk with every person during class, I have a private check-in both in week 3 and week 8. And I use the discussion tool for that, but it's private between you and me, okay? That's a little different in week 3 the midterm and week before. We do have all 12 classes. I mean, it's only 12, but we don't have any holidays on Tuesday. That's very fortunate. That's why I picked Tuesday for this class, because we won't miss any weeks. So we will have, Thanksgiving and other things, if you're seeing this in fall term. Then week 8, we also have another private check-in. We have some review and practice, and then we have our final test time. Okay, I hope that helps give you a sense of how the class works, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you on the first day. So you can reach out to me by email if you have any questions in the meantime, or want to talk about accommodations or schedule a meeting. I do have meeting times on the first day, so use that calendar link, and I look forward to seeing you on the first day. Okay, see you then. Bye-bye.